Hello and welcome to the first in a series of videos that I'm going to do on supporting the vagus nerve. So your vagus nerve is part of your autonomic nervous system. That's the system that is working behind the scenes all the time without your conscious control at all. And it keeps all of your internal organs in balance. So the vagus nerve is an incredible nerve. It's got branches to every single system in your body, so it helps to keep your digestive system running smoothly, keeps your reproductive system working, it regulates your heart rate and your circulatory system, helps to keep your inflammatory processes under control. It also has links with all the other cranial nerves. So the vagus nerve is one of your cranial nerves. These are nerves that are at the base of your skull here, and they basically control everything from here upwards. So your cranial nerves are responsible for your hearing, your sense of taste and smell, your vision, your tongue movement, your facial expression, all of those things. So another term for the vagus system is your social engagement system, because when your vagus nerve is working well and it's communicating well with all of these other nerves, you're able to integrate in society normally, you're able to communicate, and you're comfortable speaking with people and just, functioning normally and happily. You can rest comfortably, you can go out and play, and you can enjoy life. When the vagus nerve isn't in balance, or when your vagus nerve isn't healthy, then that's when you get into situations where you start to withdraw socially. You may become a little bit depressed, or you may be experiencing anger and trouble with controlling anger and things like that. The other name for the vagus system is your rest and repair system. So it's what enables you to be comfortable at rest and for your body to heal itself comfortably. So that's your normal, healthy state. That vagus nerve should be working all the time, keeping that all balanced. Now, your autonomic nervous system has other parts to it as well. So it's got the sympathetic nervous system as well, which you may have heard of as the fight or flight response. So this system is the system that basically keeps you alive. So it helps you to respond to threat and to danger. So it's a very primitive system that's been around in mammals since prehistoric times, and basically enables you to get out of danger quickly. So when you're in a threatening situation, what will happen is your sympathetic nervous system kicks in, and it diverts blood from all of your digestive systems, your internal organs down here, diverts it from there and takes extra blood to your big muscles, so your thigh muscles and your shoulder muscles, and to your heart. It speeds up your heart rate, and it just really wakes up your nervous system. So you become hyper alert, hearing becomes more alert, your vision becomes more alert, more acute. Ready to take on battle. So either ready to run as fast as you can if your body decides that there's no way it can fight whatever's coming at it, or to stand and fight if it feels like you've got a fighting chance. So it's an essential part of the system, and it's really clever and you really need it. But the problem that we have in our modern day lives is that we have lots of stresses that our body perceives as threat, that in prehistoric times when the sympathetic nervous system was developed, we didn't have. We just had, we got to run away from that. Okay, we've run away. We're okay. Whereas now, those things that we're trying to run away from, they're there the whole time. So stresses from relationships or stresses from work, deadlines that we have to keep, feelings of being inadequate, all these different things that are going on in the background the whole time, and adding to that constant level of that sympathetic arousal. So the obvious solution would be to get rid of all of those stresses, but realistically we can't get rid of them all. So we need to sit back and take a good look at our lives. We're feeling like we're getting out of control, and say, well, okay, here are the things I can make a difference to, and make a difference to those things. But there's always going to be some stress there that we can't change. So we have to accept that that's there, and we've got to find ways to manage that. So the good news is that the vagus system can help us to manage that and get it back under control and bring us back to a state of health if we know how to tap into it. And the really good news is, because the vagus nerve runs through our whole body and runs through every single system in our body, we can tap into the vagus nerve and help to bring it back to health by using just about every system in our body to do that. So there's lots of different ways that we can access it. And if we find that one way doesn't suit us, there are lots of other ways. So we can try different things until we find a combination of stuff that we can really use, different tools that we can use to get that vagus system, that kind of rest and repair system dominating and back in control, and get the sympathetic nervous system working for us just when we really need it and rather than all the time. So if your sympathetic nervous system is on high alert the whole time, one of the other things that it does, as well as kind of making your nervous system more active so that you're more aware of things, which also means you're more aware of pain very often as well, it also produces inflammatory responses. So when you're preparing to run away or to fight, your body's actually getting you ready to deal with any injury that might happen as a result of that. So your inflammatory processes are speeding up in order to fight any injury or damage that happens. So if you've got chronic long-term stress going on, then your inflammatory processes are also heightened. So again, a reason why you get more aches and pains and things, not just because of the muscle tension from that system creating tension, but also actual inflammatory processes going on as well. So how can we tap into the vagus nerve? So there are lots of different ways. I'm just going to talk about one way in this video, and then I'll do other backup videos bringing in the other systems. So the most obvious one, which we all know instinctively already, is through our breathing. So everybody knows when they get really stressed, you just got to take a deep breath and let it all out. And even just doing one deep breath and letting it out will sometimes just make you feel that tiny little bit better. So the power of breathing is immense. And what you can do here now, we'll just do a little experiment before we go any further. So the vagus nerve is stimulated on the out breath. So if you do a long, slow out breath, you'll stimulate that vagus nerve even more. And that will help to bring your heart rate down, calm your digestive system, calm the inflammatory system, and calm everything, basically. So, little experiment to see how healthy your vagus nerve is at the moment. If it's healthy and it's working really well, when you do a long breath out, you'll feel your pulse rate actually physically get a little bit slower. So have a little feel of your pulse. Just kind of come off to the side of that big tendon at the base of your thumb and tuck your fingers in off to the side of that. And just quietly see if you can find your pulse to start with. Okay. And just get an idea of the speed of that pulse. And let's just try some deep breaths and see whether your pulse changes or not. So try breathing, do a nice breath in, and then the slowest breath out that you can. Do that a couple of times and just get a little feel whether your pulse rate stays the same the whole time or whether there's a little bit of slowing of it on your breath out. Breathe in again. And a really slow breath out. And one more. Okay. So tap on the back if you did feel that pulse rate going a little bit slower each time you did a long breath out. But if you felt like it didn't really change at all, it was just going at the same pace, then that indicates that we need to do a little bit of work on helping that vagus nerve to kick in and become a little bit more healthy. If you found it actually really difficult to take a long, slow breath out, again, that's an indication that your sympathetic nervous system is overworking. So one of the things that happens is you start to breathe more shallowly and faster because, again, you're ready to run or get away. So just teaching yourself and training yourself to take those slower breaths will help to calm that system down. So one technique is just using counting to help you so that you've got something mentally to focus on. So we'll have a little practice and we'll start with 4 in and 4 out, and with a little pause in between. So you're going to breathe in and fill your lungs on a 4 seconds breath in, a little pause at the top just to get some control, and then take 4 seconds to breathe out. So try and make the whole breath out last the full 4 seconds. A little pause and then back in. So we'll practice that. Breathing in, 1, 2, 3, 4. Little pause and breathing out, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a pause. Breathing in, pause, and breathing out. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a pause. Breathing in and out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if you're finding that reasonably easy to cope with, then what you want to do is actually extend your breath out so that it's longer than your breath in. So this time we're going to try 4 in and 6 out. So breathing in, pause at the top, and then 6 breaths, 6 seconds to breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a pause. In for 4, pause, and out for 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a pause. In for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Look and pause, and out for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and one more. In for 4, 1, 2, and out for 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a pause. And then you can progress that, so you can progress it to doing 6 seconds in and 8 seconds out, and then to 8 seconds in and 10 seconds out. So these things can be progressed. As you get better control of your breathing, then you can progress it and get slower and deeper. If you find that that's a little bit difficult, that your mind wanders and that you need a little bit of help of somebody else guiding you through it, and it's difficult just to sit down on your own and go through it, there are lots of brilliant relaxation apps and meditation apps that you can look up. There's the most common ones are Calm and Headspace, but you've also got Insight Time, which is a completely free app. You can just kind of look on it and you'll see a menu of all different ones. So try using some guidance if you're finding it difficult just to sit on your own and do that. But even just in the middle of the day, just 3 good deep breaths in and a good sigh out on and off through the day will be helpful. What I find really helpful is combining the breathing with what we call mindful movement. So tuning your mind into your body as well and becoming aware of your movements rather than just kind of letting your body do stuff subconsciously and not really being aware of how we're moving or what we're doing. So that can really kind of help because we're engaging our minds more with how we're moving, and again it's just that little extra boost for the vagus system. If we bring in the more systems that we bring in to stimulate the vagus, the stronger the effect will be. So I'm going to show you, I think we'll go for 3 different kind of little moves that we can do to combine with our breathing. If you really enjoy this little sequence, it's going to take a couple of minutes to go through this sequence. If you really enjoy it, then you'll get great benefit from things like Tai Chi or Qigong or yoga. Have a little look on YouTube and see what you find. There's so much out there that you can follow that will make a big difference to how you're feeling and to your health and well-being. So you can do these exercises sitting down. Better still if you can stand up. So I'm going to do them standing up now. Start off just by bringing in that deep breathing again, just with your shoulder shrug. So bring your ears right up to your shoulders. Bring your shoulders right up to your ears, probably better. Relax down. Okay, so think how much tension we hold up here whenever we're stressed. So bring it right the way up. And then on that breath in, literally just push it all out and let it go. One more of those. Just venting all that pent up stuff. Okay, now if you've not got very good shoulder movement, we'll start with a nice gentle one that doesn't require a lot of shoulder movement at all. So just moving almost from your elbows with a tiny little bit of shoulder. So we're going to imagine, if you bring your imagination in as well, so imagery can have a huge power on your nervous system and on your health. So just imagine that you're drawing in good, happy energy. hold it here, bring it in. And then imagine that you're pushing out all the negative energy. Okay, same again, breathing in. Good, happy energy coming in. Pushing out the negative energy. A little pause at the end of each breath is also really healthy, so don't rush this. 2 more of these. Really slowing it down. Now, if you've got good shoulder movement, then make it even bigger and really bring in some really good lung expansion and rig movement here as you do this. So I might have to move a little bit, might need to move the camera a little bit, which may not be possible. Let's just try. Yeah, okay. So you don't want anything in your way here. You don't want to be inhibited by working around bits of obstacles. So going to do a big deep breath in, but this time you're going to take your arms right up overhead, so really fill your lungs. Meet them at the top. Then pushing down again, pushing all that negative energy out again. Breathing in. Bring in some more energy into that in-breath. You can go up onto tiptoes if you want, if you've got the energy and the power. Great for your balance. And lower down as you bring your hands down. Breathing in. And lower down. Now, because your vagus nerve also links in with all those cranial nerves and with facial expression, if you add in a smile, you'll get even more benefit. So even if you're feeling a little bit grotty and a bit low, if you just make yourself smile, just those physical actions of making these muscles kick in will actually help you feel better. So even if you don't feel like it, try it. So big smile as you breathe in. And out, even if you look ridiculous. And again. And then just a little pause and just check in with your body and just see how you feel. Close your eyes a little bit. How do your fingers feel? How does your shoulders feel? Where's your weight? Are you swaying slightly? Doesn't matter if you do. It's quite normal. Just check in with your body and become friends with it. Okay, and now I want to show you one more, which is a really lovely one that really gets your spine moving. In Qigong practice, it's called spinal breathing. So the autonomic nervous system that we're talking about, on its way down to all your internal organs and on its way back up, sending messages back up to your brain, it travels through the thoracic spine. So the thoracic spine is basically from that part of your spine that's just underneath your shoulder blades right the way up to the base of your neck here. So that whole section of your spine has got all the nerves that are running to all of your internal organs and the circulatory system and everything. So if you really get that nice and healthy and moving, and so often we spend so much time sitting in these kind of positions where that whole system is compromised because it's squashed the whole time. So we want to open it up and get it moving and get some blood flow and lubricate it while we're bringing in those deep breaths. So roll up the sleeves. So you're going to open up, you're going to really embrace the world with this one. So breathing in. This is like your good morning stretch, but you can do it any time of day. And then breathe out and just curl everything in. And as you open up, releases your lungs, opens up your diaphragm, good breath in, and then breathing out, squashing all that air out. Breathe in, breathing all that good energy. Breathing out the stress. And then add in some even more better movement that actually brings in some movement, mobilising of all your internal organs as well. Keep the digestive system nice and healthy with some rotation as well. So this time we're going to do the breath out, breathe in, and we're going to rotate our bodies as we breathe in. So from curling in here, breathing out, doing something, breathing in, and open up, and breathe out, back to centre. Breathe in, turn the other way, breathing out and back to centre. And a couple more back out into centre. And one more in. And lower your arms. Again, just close your eyes. And just check in with your body again and just see how you feel now. Hopefully you're feeling calmer than when you started. And nice and relaxed. And because your ear's also linking with your vagus nerve, if you can find somewhere nice and peaceful and you can listen to what's around you, even better. I'm hoping you're getting the benefit of the bird song here. And open your eyes. So there we go. That's the first in the series. So this was using your breathing to help regulate and bring your vagus back to health. In the next few videos we'll look at how you can access your ears, how you can access your eyes, how you can use physical touch, and even if you've not got somebody else to do that for you, how you can do it for yourself. So lots of different ways that we can get that vagus nerve working better for us to get us healthy, bring down our inflammation, reduce our pain, reduce our stress, and generally make us feel happier in the world.